MAGA voters are finally discovering a fun little truth about the deportation machine that Trump has built. It does not check for party registration. You cheered for Trump's ICE raids, you love the cruelty at the border, but now you're furious because that same machine happens to be rolling through your neighborhood. To which I say,
whoopsie.
Now, the subreddit that I'm going to be reading some of these responses from is called LeopardsAteMyFace. And it is named that way for a reason. So today I'm going to be looking at Trump voters who are suddenly disgusted by ICE and the raids, now that it might actually affect them. As Trump's ICE raids, of course, have ramped up through cities across the nation, agents are doing what Trump promised that they would do: sweep up undocumented people wherever they find them, and sometimes not undocumented people, sometimes American citizens, Native Americans, all of them swept right up. And it's not a glitch, it's the policy. And now you have some people in Trump's own base that are like, wait a minute, not like that. I didn't want that. So I want to show you a few posts here from MAGA World showing that perfectly show what happens when you build an authoritarian tool and assume it's not going to be used on you. There you go. This is our lifelong Republican who is now disgusted by ICE violating people's constitutional rights, which, again, that's exactly what they're doing. Okay. I voted for Trump twice and disgusted with the racist and constitution-breaking crap that he allowed ICE agents to do. Time and time again, many ICE agents are racially profiling people because they don't look or sound American. It's almost like we warned you that this was going to happen. Okay. Now, this person also says that they're worried for their own Latino-looking kids, friends, and family. Oh, are you worried now? So now suddenly the Constitution matters. Okay. Now, after the ICE raids, okay, have really ramped up in the past year, okay, family separations, kids in cages, dawn arrests, kids getting dragged out of apartment buildings and zip-tied when they're nearly naked. I mean, come on. Now you care. Now you care. And by the way, that agent does not care. They don't care at all. In fact, they signed on for this. A lot of the people that are joining ICE are people who are racist, people who want to do these things to you, who want to arrest people, who want to deport all the immigrants, to get rid of all of them, whether they're documented or not. That's the reality of the situation. Now, this is what happens, by the way. It's the natural consequence of when you normalize a system where suspicion is based on your appearance, when you're allowed to racially profile people. You didn't object when it was a random brown person at the border. You're objecting now that you realize that your own family might be treated like the people that you happily threw under the bus. Yeah. So that's what happens there. Oh, but we've got more. Now we got a MAGA supporter who's upset about a video that they saw of a man being detained by ICE in front of his family at the Home Depot. They are outraged that this happened in public, where everyone can see it, in front of the children, where people would shop. This, by the way, it is what doing their job looks like. This is what let ICE enforce the law looks like. When you have, of course, laws that allow ICE to pretty much act with impunity. Okay? Here's the thing. These raids don't happen in some abstract policy space, okay? They're happening in stores, parking lots, homes, job sites, churches, in front of spouses, children. Yeah, this is what you voted for. Show of force. Now you're mad that it's taking place in your local big box store instead of safely out of sight on Fox News' B-roll. Okay? Then we've got the MAGA voter calling Trump out for deporting innocent illegal aliens instead of the criminals. Now, this is the fantasy that a lot of Republicans had, okay? That you can build a brutal enforcement system that only ever targets the bad ones. That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. Okay, once you turn people into a category, illegal, right? You've already said that their rights are negotiable. This system is designed to scare everyone, to terrify and terrorize these communities, not to carefully sift through the personal list of who deserves to be deported or not. You don't get just the criminals. You get whoever the agent has decided is most convenient to grab, after all. It's not like they don't have a quota. They absolutely do have a quota, 3,000 arrests a day. And there is just not that many of the bad ones in this country to begin with. And finally, we have this. Oh, would you look at that? I didn't vote for this. There's a huge difference between enforcing immigration laws and targeting vulnerable people. And by the way, let me just get it clear that yes, I agree with all this. Okay? Yes, I agree that I shouldn't be doing what it's doing. But this is what you voted for. This is exactly what these people voted for. You voted for the man who branded immigrants, rapists, and invaders, criminals. You voted for tough on crime or tough on immigration. Okay, both of those things. Mass deportation. Voted for law and order. You voted for the cruelty because you assumed that the target would always be someone else. Someone that you don't like. Someone that your Fox News has convinced you that you should be afraid of. But it's never that person. No. Look, you don't get to act surprised when the policies that you embraced, that you supported, happen to be applied the way that they were intended to apply. Okay? ICE raids tearing through communities, families being terrorized, constitutional lines getting blurred or completely erased. None of this is an accident. Okay? It's none of it's accidental. All right? It is the logical outcome of treating an entire group of people as a problem to be purged instead of human beings with inalienable human rights. Okay? And this is the broader warning. Once you've normalized this kind of state power, it never stays neatly contained. Project 2025 is this logic on steroids. Using the government as a weapon against whoever the leaders decide today's undesirables are. Okay? Today it's immigrants, trans people, and then it goes to people, it goes to the disabled. Okay, the disabled community. And it just continues to spread. MAGA, you wanted a government that could do this to immigrants. Now these same people are starting to learn that once you build that machine, it does not stop at the border, and it doesn't stop with the people that you don't care about. If you don't want to live in a country where ICE can grab anyone who looks wrong in the Home Depot, maybe you shouldn't vote for the people who brag about wanting to build that exact system. If this video helped you cut through the BS and see what is really happening, then smash that like button. Every single like pushes back against the right-wing propaganda machine. I can't do this work without your support. So please check out my Patreon. Link is in the description of this video. For a few bucks a month, you can help keep this channel independent from corporate BS. So hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's keep fighting for democracy and against fascism together.